Hey, Sam fans! This is the last episode of season 2. And I know that sounds sad and scary, but we are not going anywhere. We have Patreon content coming out all summer, so check out the tiers there. I wanted to go ahead and shout out our 3 certified Sam stands from Patreon: Killabee, Temple Woods, and Kuda. Thank you for subscribing. Guys, if any other listeners would like to support us on Patreon, we have 5 subscription tiers to choose from with tons of extra stuff for you, including early access to our weekly episodes when the seasons are being released, live blogging. We're going to do a 1-year anniversary of the pod party, in fact, soon. So check out the information about that as it continues to drop. You guys will have some input on what episode we watch together. And if we're feeling it, we'll just keep watching second and third voted episodes as we go. They're super fun. You guys will also have 2 extra Patreon podcast episodes. One is called Lustra, which is Elle's fan fiction series that she wrote about season 9. We read that as an audiobook and have some interviews spliced in between. We also have our chatty episodes, which we kind of take the reins off a little bit because we're behind a paywall. We spin the wheel of rage. We discuss all kinds of hilarious supernatural hot takes along with a lot of other things and much, much more. So check it out and enjoy this episode of A Sam Girl Retrospective. Don't leave the meeting.
I always am like, oh, that's the one on the right. No. Wrong button.
Everyone appears and then Elle disappears.
Boop. Oh, you guys are coming? No.
Out of here. It's a free for
You
all.
tried to do this. You tried to do this in the last one as well.
And it's because every time when she starts the recording, that little banner comes up, and I'm like, leave the meeting? Wait, no. Okay, stay in the meeting. Got it. Stay in the meeting.
Don't leave us. Okay.
Never. You can't get rid of me. Don't
Good.
worry.
Guys, this is the final discussion for season 2. So this is our last episode. We've got Elle, we've got Vic, and we've got Christy. And I have Jess's top 3 from her Bitter Sam Girl top 5 from a decade ago. So she couldn't be here because she's mommy. She's got a little baby.
She's
momming, so she's busy. But she will be here in spirit. She's here in spirit. So the way we did this last year, I guess it was almost a year ago. Soon it will be a year since we dropped the first episode in June. It'll be a year. I know.
No way.
That's crazy.
Oh, we did 2 seasons in 1 year. It's been insane. But
That's wild.
It's been so fun. But
I mean, that still means we'll be here for 7-8 years before we're done with the whole
this
show.
pace probably is not sustainable for me. I'll say that.
Probably not.
But definitely, I think we've learned a lot, and hopefully we've improved a lot, and we will continue to improve as I'm learning editing and we're learning all of our levels and audio and stuff.
Audrey also needs to learn that you can say that you can hand over stuff to us to do.
I know. I'm so no, I can do it.
I keep trying to offer subtly, but I think I need to just start being like, Audrey, just give me passwords to things and let me post things for you.
You should be like, oh, hey, I know you're about to do blah. I'm really interested in doing blah. Do you think you could let me do blah? And then she's doing you a favor because you know how Audrey likes to help, right? So then you're tricking her into thinking she's helping you.
Well, now it won't work. I know your trick. You just explained it to me.
Damn it. Why did I? Damn it.
I just listened to the episode where Sam is like, blah, blah, blah. And you keep doing blah, blah, blah as a fill in the blank for a hypothetical. And now I just always think blah. I always just think blah. Which blah, blah. Maybe that'll be a moment we talk about today. We don't know. So last season, at the end for season 1 discussion, we each went around and we did our top 3 favorite moments from season 1. We're going to do the same format. We'll just go around. We'll start with our 3 and we'll go around and we'll just talk about it. I think we'll do honorable mentions this year. I don't know if we did that last time, but there's so many moments in season 2 that it would be unfair to us to not get to mention a few others. So let's go in order that's on my spreadsheet because that's what I did last time. So I'll save Jess for last because I have to say Jess's for her. But so that will be Vic, Elle, and then Christy. And then I'll
Okay.
tell Jess and I'll tell mine. So Vic, start us off. What is your third favorite moment of season 2?
Oh gosh, they've got to be in an order.
We can switch it.
Surprise!
No, it's fine. It's fine. I forgot about this bit last year as well. I remember
Yeah,
this. I was like,
it doesn't have to be in an order, but I just assumed we'd want to save our favorites for last.
No. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with how is revenge gonna help him? So from the opening episode, with Sam standing up to John when John is acting at least like all he's worried about is getting back into the hunt and trying to track down the yellow-eyed demon rather than doing anything to save Dean.
Yeah.
And also it features a power shrug of anger. So
Against John.
or wingspan, as Audrey says.
Yeah.
So that gets extra points to me because you know how much I love the power shrug of anger. So
It's an important gesture. Love that one. Okay, let's hear from. Oh, I forgot who's next. Elle. There's only 4 of us, and I'm one of us, and I still can't figure out who's next.
And you're doing it in order of the spreadsheet.
I know. Well,
Which
then
is
I went.
presumably right in front of you.
I went back to look at y'all's faces. So then I was like, wait, where did it go? And then I have other tabs up because I'm looking at my top 3 and Jess's top 3. So I just got confused.
Okay.
Audrey, are we doing discussion after?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
each-
Do you wanna
Yes,
talk
we will.
about
this
it?
time as well.
Oh,
We will.
okay.
That way we're not like stepping on anybody before they present.
I remembered
theirs.
we did last year, but I couldn't.
Totally,
remember, so,
totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Wait. Do
Sorry.
you mean after this round of top?
After 3, yeah.
top-
So when everyone presents their third fave, we'll talk.
Then we
about
talk.
it.
Okay.
And then we'll do 2 and 1.
Okay. Playthings. When
Oh.
he dives into the pool to rescue the child.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It's just like I tried to pick something from each realm of Sam that I really like. So like something really like touching and sweet, something like really beautiful, and like something like badass or whatever. But this scene of him coming up out of the water is just, it's like a beautiful scene. So
yeah, very
that's one of my
heroic.
favorites.
I love that. Christy with your 2 lady cats.
They're so beautiful.
They are.
You can't hear her through the headphones.
No,
can
but I
you?
kind of wish we could.
I wish we could.
Toilet cat is
She-
sitting in Christy's lap and just like mugging it up for the
Probably
camera.
like purring really loud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's
can't
so
hear.
loud.
Unfortunately.
Probably for the best. Okay. I said this last night, but I am so glad we had done the top 5 for the Bitter Sam Girl Club
Yeah.
9 years ago
Yeah.
because I had a handy cheat sheet already.
Yeah. I'll share the link to that tag on the Bitter Sam Girl like just so everyone can kind of see what everyone said.
Yeah. So I went with the scene in Bloodlust where Sam is defending the Lenore and the rest of her nest.
I love that one.
It's so good. Like it goes back to, that whole non-human equals monster mentality that we really get stuck in. And I
Mhm.
think this episode went a long way towards fixing that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so, I love that one too.
So good.
It's so good. According to her 9-year-old top 5, Jess's third favorite. I'm just going through, she has 5 and I'm just going in order. So I'm thinking her third favorite is from episode 10 with Gordon, where he ends up like, Gordon is saying, kill me, prove that you're the monster that I know you are. And he just thwacks him in the face and knocks him out. And I think Gordon called him Sammy, and he goes, "It's Sam." So that's her third favorite. It's Sam, which is it's a good one.
Yeah, I love that.
My third
That's a good
favorite is the same one as Vic. So the whole like what good is like revenge going to do him, to me like really is like the thesis of how I feel about John's entire like parenting style. And
Mhm.
so I really love that before that motherfucker dies, just Sam says to his face, what good is this doing any of us? Like, especially Dean, who is literally brain dead. He's like literally dying. So me and Vic have that overlap. So that's a good pool for a three. Do any of you guys have anything to say about other people's choices?
I do.
Talk about it.
Um, I'm feeling so glad that I forgot it was 3 and just made a big list.
How many do you have
Because-
again?
Okay, 1, 2, 8.
Oh,
But some of them are blah the entire episode.
blah
So-
blah blah.
Blah blah blah. So but now I'm down to 5 minus mine and the moment in Hunted
Mm-hmm.
with the final confrontation with Gordon
Mm.
and the moment in Bloodlust, which was my top.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
sorry.
was my top. That's okay.
That's
'cause
okay.
I've got other. I have 8.
She has a
I'm
lot
good.
of yeah, there's a lot of alternates she can sub in.
Yeah. So like yeah, Hunted. I also included like every interaction between Sam and Ava because they were so cute and Ava was so funny. Like the interactions that we get between Sam and a side character they become fairly rare.
Yeah.
So like I treasure this one, but also that final confrontation.
I
with
feel like
Gordon
season
is
2 is
like,
just good for them in general because like
Yes.
a lot of the side characters are special children, so they kind of inherently are going to have most of their
yes,
that's
Yeah.
true.
So
This
season
is
2
why
is like a goldmine.
Season 2 is so
It's so good.
rich. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's
That's why I couldn't narrow this down. I was just like, well, if somebody says one of these, I'll mark it off and I'll go to the next one on the list.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bloodlust was also on my list.
Mhm.
But I included like his conversation with Lenore in
Mhm.
that and Sam knowing exactly how to get back despite having been blindfolded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, such a good smart Sam like moment.
It's one of my
And
favorite moments.
The whole like confrontation with Sam and Dean
Yeah.
and Gordon when they're like when they first meet Gordon, when they're like in the bar and Sam's like, you're kind of disturbing, bro. Like, you know, like
You're freaking me out.
and Dean is all like buddy with him like immediately. All of those like really yummy Sam things. I just wanted to comment on how I'm very glad I made such a big list.
Yeah.
I have a slightly like shallow comment on Els, which is I immediately when you said it thought of the which I think I've shown you all the thing that became a meme on Tumblr with the and Sam's compliment because it's the thing that started the thing that started that was like a gif of Dean jumping into the water to save the kid in Dead in the Water.
In Dead in the Water.
And being
that,
like men will literally jump into it like will like jump into a water to save a child in jeans or something. And then somebody had like put a tag that said and Sam's compliment. And so then like obviously some people then reblogged it with the one in Playthings being like, hey, Sam's done it too.
Sam did it too, yo, and he was really beautiful doing it.
He was.
Yes. That is so funny. Oh my
That's
gosh.
really funny.
All right. Any more comments for round 1 with our third favorite?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I wanted to have you guys guess our top 3 episodes according to our rating system. So don't look on the spreadsheet because I have them marked. But a lot of these are super high, and I will reveal the overall like average score for season 2 as a season. But what are your guesses, you guys, for top 3 episodes of this season?
I should know this because I made those little graphs that were split up by
I know.
writer and that included me like then working out per episode, but I don't know that I remember.
Are we trying to guess just the number 3 spot right
No,
now?
guess
All of
all of them. It's fine. Yeah.
I know number 1. I'm certain that number 1 because I think we said it at the time was All Hell Breaks Loose Part 1.
Yeah, it is. It's a 9
Yeah.
point, like it's a 4.9, like
Yeah.
four. It's
Wow.
super
Wow.
high. Yeah, it's super high.
I thought it would be Heart.
Well, that's number 2.
There we go.
It's a 4.94 period, and then like All Hell Breaks Loose Part 1 is a 4.9475, so it's like slightly higher.
Oh my god.
They're both almost 5s.
Wow.
Yeah, they're both almost 5s for sure.
I'm trying to think what Roadkill?
Right. I don't know what the third would be.
Roadkill?
Let me see. It's not Roadkill, but Roadkill is close.
should be.
Like we're with decibels. We're with
I was
decibels.
going to say that
Croatoan?
they're really close.
Or no,
in season 3.
Yeah.
It's not
Croatoan
Croatoan.
or Bloodlust?
It's not Bloodlust either. Bloodlust is actually scored pretty low. Like it's not low, it's high, but considering how high these are. Do you want me to tell
Houses
you?
of the Holy? I was on Houses of the Holy and I rated it very high, so I could have pushed that up.
No, because
Or is
I
it
rated
Tall
it.
Tales?
No, it's crazy that isn't. It's high, but this one is literally 1 like decimal point up from Tall Tales. Tall Tales is 4. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
The Usual Suspects.
Oh,
Oh,
of course it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we gave it like a
Okay.
4.9, 4.9, 4.8 across the board. So it's a 4.88666666.
Can we just say this is a win for women because we have
Yeah.
Catherine Humphreys episode in 3rd place and then 2 Sarah Gamble episodes.
Yeah, and
Beautiful.
it's
F yeah. Oh
and
my
without
god.
even like realizing it, like
That's
it's just
statistics. That's
it's
science.
statistics. And it wasn't because of favoritism towards them because I don't know who writes anything. So
Same.
Vic does, but I don't. And so I really like that. Like, I don't know, scientifically, mathematically, women are better at writing supernatural, clearly.
Yeah.
But
We have
with our-
I mean,
We have
Our-
math on our side.
maybe we should post those graphs that I did that was literally like
should
showing
post
the
100%.
graphs,
They're
like-
going in
because-
they're going in this
Okay, cool.
visuals. That's what they're for.
Well,
Yeah.
well, so
Um,
we should probably also, for the nerds out there, acknowledge that our sample size is 1, 2, 3,
Is correct.
5.
Correct.
5 people.
Which is the
5
right
people.
is correct.
Yeah.
We have the right opinion.
We have the right people.
We have
do.
the correct opinion.
We're not biased at all.
I also thought it would be fun because I put this link in the spreadsheet to add to our links for this episode. But the Boy King's Court on Tumblr had those really cool infographics. If you're listening to this, but you've never seen these infographics, they're so interesting. It has like it broken down, like how many miles did they travel? Where did they go? They have a map with like where they went and in
Yeah.
what order.
My favorite is the Sammy count for season 2 because it's really
Yeah.
interesting which episode has the most Sammys.
Yes. And then it has episode appearances. So like obviously Sam and Dean are in every episode. The Impala is in 20 episodes. And then how many times is Ellen there and Bobby? And it's so cute. Like it's so funny and so interesting. So for data nerds, y'all are gonna love this. And I'm gonna share it out to you guys. But we're kind of inspired. I was kind of inspired. I think I saw this I've seen this before and I was inspired. And
Yeah, there was
wanted to do the
definitely a
graphs
season 1
for-
that we saw go round.
for our data. That was inspired. Let's do like little like graphs, but these are way cuter than what I made last season, even though we ended up with Vic's, which were cuter than mine.
Yeah, the graphic design on those posts is really
Gorgeous.
lovely.
So cute. Like one
Yeah.
of them is like how far did they go? And there's like a highway, and then like every single episode is like it's like a timeline. It's just so cute. It's so freaking
Aw,
cute. So yeah, I
that's
can't
really
wait to
cute.
share it with you guys. If you've never seen it, those of you who are listening, I'm sad season 2 is over because it is such a good season. But
So good.
Yeah.
let's keep going. So our second favorite.
I closed my list. Ah!
Oh,
Oh,
what are
no.
you? Me getting lost in your computer?
What are you? Me?
It's not even my computer, it's my phone, but
That's even worse. That's even harder to find.
no, it's fine. I got it. This is a little bit of a cheaty one because technically it's like multiple moments across multiple episodes, but I felt that it kind of counted as a thing to me, which is so obviously, as Christy's already brought up, we've got the theme of the whole season of kind of like what is a monster, where are like the lines between human and monster and all this kind of stuff and how it applies to Sam. But something that I brought up in House of the Holy is that within that there's like a little mini something of specifically ghosts and
Mm.
Sam and Ghost, and Sam showing compassion to Ghost. So we have the usual suspects. We have Sam being able to identify the fact that the ghost is a does he call
She
it?
was
Does
like
anyone
a
remember?
warning. She was like a
Yeah, like a
warning. She was an omen.
Oof.
yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so instead of being something that was dangerous, he understands that she's something that is like trying to
She's
warn
trying
them
to
of
help.
stuff. And benevolent. Then we have Houses of the Holy, where he helps Father Gregory to pass over, and he shows him like so much compassion. And then obviously we have
Molly.
what's it called? Yes,
Roadkill?
Molly.
Roadkill.
Yeah, Roadkill. My brain was hearing Road Trip, and I was like, that is a season 9 episode. This
But
is
they're
not the right
also
episode.
always on a road trip.
Yes.
Incorrect.
Yes. Yeah, and then obviously we have Roadkill, and I just feel like those three make like this lovely little thread that goes through the season. And there's something particular to me about the idea of Sam and ghosts, and showing compassion to ghosts, which I don't know, it really just gets to me in a way
Yeah.
that I don't know. It's just really beautiful, and yeah,
It's a
I don't know,
beautiful
I think
part of
about it a
his.
lot. And
his
I'd never
character.
really thought of that as like a coherent thread until we did this rewatch for season 2, and then like realizing that in particular was this like little mini sub thread of the larger overarching thing. Yeah. Anyway, so
No, I
just-
love that.
I love
I
it.
love
It
that-
makes me feel so.
I love
soft
that you
and-
chose like a motif instead of like a moment. You were
Yeah.
like, here's a motif.
I wish I had
Well,
been that
last year
academic
I went
about
for
it.
like last year I went for like some teeny tiny things,
Yeah.
and then this year I was like, season 2 is so big and so important that I
Yeah.
feel like you have to go for like bigger moments or like more motify things rather than being able to. I felt like I couldn't zero in on the little things as much this year, as much as
No.
I wanted to.
Totally. Oh, okay. Elle, what is your second favorite?
My second favorite is All Hell Breaks Loose Part 1, the fight with Jake.
Ooh.
From the moment where he sincerely tries to be partners with Jake, talk Jake through, let's work together, let's make a stand together, we're both strong, we can do this. And then being so trusting that he like puts down his knife, and then Jake turns on him and he still kicks his ass. And that's where the episode ends.
Yeah.
Awesomely. That's where the whole episode ends. Nothing happens after that.
Yep. Sam doesn't die or anything.
No, no.
Why did anyone think that? That's
Why would
strange.
anyone think that?
Well,
My
we're all
turn?
kind of sad now that you said that. So
I didn't. All I said was Sam kicks some dude's butt, and then
You're
the
right.
episode ends.
You're right.
So, Christy, you got to cheer us up now.
So I went with hope is kind of the whole point.
Yes.
Roadkill. Like it's just such a good Sam episode overall. Him showing so much sympathy for what seems like a really vicious ghost.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
here's why he's probably acting this way.
Yeah.
And then all of the like love that he shows to Molly in trying to encourage her to pass on too. Just such a good episode. And that quote
It's
is
beautiful.
honestly like probably my favorite one from the entire series.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so
Mm.
important. And it's like so indicative of who Sam is.
it's very
Yes.
Sam.
Yes.
What is this, a Sam podcast or something? So Jess's second favorite moment, according to her 9-year-old top 5 prompt from the Bitter Sam Girl Challenge, is from Heart. And it is when Dean is telling him, you don't have to do this. And he says, yes, I do. And he has that sad little face. Yeah, that makes me so sad. I don't have much else to say about that because I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but like, ow. My second favorite is Roadkill. The whole episode. And one of the things I said whenever we were covering Roadkill at the end, it wasn't like they couldn't figure out what to do with her because she had been cremated. Like you couldn't salt and burn her bones and get rid of her to help her cross over or whatever it was. They couldn't let her speak to her husband because she was like a death echo. Like she wasn't there for unfinished business. She didn't even know she was dead. And then they took her to show her your husband's alive. This happened years ago, and she kind of started to understand she was dead and that she needed to cross over. And what I love about this is that she didn't need to talk to her husband. It would have really kind of maybe like messed him up. In order to cross over, it was Sam's compassion that she needed.
Yeah.
Like Dean constantly wanted to like rush, and like Sam was like, there's no, we have to just like let her get there. And because of his kindness, his tenderness with her, and his compassion, she was able to cross over and nothing else worked. It was literally his compassion. And I don't think before I realized what an impactful episode this is for his characterization, because it's a bottle episode and it's kind of just like, it doesn't further the myth arc that much. Like they do discuss like, again, the monster comment, like, well, she's a ghost, so we should get rid of her. And Sam's like, well, I have empathy for her, so let's see if we can do it the nice way. But that's kind of it. So people can easily overlook its importance. And I think I have in the past, but doing this podcast, it's really sat with me how impactful this is for his character and who he really is. And I don't know. It reminds me of this scene way later on where Sam is releasing the souls. And to me, they connect in that way, in that he's helping this soul. It's not that she's a monster. She's just a lost soul and he's helping her. And that literally is why she crossed over. Anyways, I just love that moment. So let's discuss each other's seconds, because me and Vic are like on the same wavelength. We've done two in a row that are the same.
Well, I mean,
And Christy too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, mine and Christie's also overlaps, I was going to say. Also, Hope is the whole point was one of my honourable mentions, so I will probably choose a different honourable mention now. But yeah, I love
Roadkill, and Sam's whole interaction with Molly was also on my list. Would have been
so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important.
I'm also going to throw in like Vic said, the whole theming. I'll just say, if I had been smart enough, I would have done the same thing, because so many of the things on my list are when Sam is taking the time to be kind with a monster, like
yes,
like
mine too,
with Madison and Hart, and with the ghosts in multiple episodes. It's those, like, I've had to cross off so many things on my list now just because it's so very Sam. So it's no surprise that it's on that scenes with that concept are on so many of our lists.
Yeah. I think season 1, we wanted to talk about moments because we're getting to know the boys. And in this season, we're digging deeper into who they are.
We said before, like, season 2 is like probably the most thematically coherent season of Supernatural.
Yes.
So like, I think that's why we're like getting drawn towards the theming, because it's the most themes kind of season.
Yeah, themes, capital T.
Yes.
And they're good Sam themes. Like,
yes,
we don't always get that later on.
Exactly.
Yeah. The reason I was pointing over there when I was talking about it reminds me of that episode later on, is because I'm drinking from the cup of Sam like releasing the souls. So
I have that cup on my mug shelf.
I messaged this artist when I bought it, whatever, like 10 years ago, and I was like, because it was only on like, I don't know, it was on like Society 6, and she only had it in like canvases, or she had it on like, I don't know, shirts or something, and I was like, can you make it a coffee mug? And she was like, no one's ever asked for that. And I was like, if you make it a coffee mug, I got a few people who want it. And she was like, great. So she did.
I bought it.
Yeah, she changed it to a coffee mug for a while, and we all ordered one. She was like, hey, thanks.
I actually have the canvas print of that had Jared sign, I think, during the first convention I went to.
What did he think of it?
I remember him being like really enchanted by it.
Oh,
like, it was just so
enchanted. That's a good word.
That's so cute. My Swiftie brain imagined him in like a big lavender ball gown singing. But Sorry.
Okay, now I need someone to do art of that.
Yeah,
And
please.
leave it in
It
the
would be
comments.
darling. Like
Please.
Christy is handing this like beautiful like art to him, and he just transforms like Sailor Moon into the Taylor Swift lavender dress and starts singing.
Please, somebody
Someone
make
with
that.
art skills, please. Please.
Make that.
Please.
I'll have to find a picture of the signed print.
Yeah, I would love to
I
put
know
that
I
in our
have it
visuals.
somewhere in my house.
You know what, Christy, you should have that signed print on your wall,
Mhm.
and then make a print of whoever does the lavender ball gown of him accepting of him seeing it, like right next to each other on your wall
I
somewhere.
love that. Yeah.
I think that would be fantastic.
We'll just go in order. You can say as many honorable mentions as you want, but try not to do too many because it might step on the toes of other people, but like whatever, who cares? This is all fake. We're making it up. All right, yes. Vic, what are some honorable mentions of the season that you want to go ahead and say, even though they are not your top 3?
Yeah, okay, well, I already said that hope is kind of the whole point was one of mine.
For sure.
So we've already covered that. Then the ending scene in Hunted with Gordon saving Dean and outsmarting Gordon.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, yes! It's, again, and like, as seasons go on, we get less and less moments like that where Sam gets to kind of like incontrovertibly be the one who comes in and saves the day, and particularly saves Dean, rather than like Sam. Later on, it's like Sam's holding his own, and then Dean appears in the room, and then suddenly he like faints, and it's like, how did this happen?
Just falls over.
He just falls down.
Yeah,
gravity is tough later on.
It's hard.
I also think
he's so tall, like
it's hard.
Yeah.
His center of gravity is like in a
even more gravity than other people.
No, he's just run out of oxygen.
He's up in the stratosphere. A bird has run into his head. Well, I was also going to say that when we have those moments, Vic, it's also like we, as the audience, finally get to see what hunting would be like if we did it Sam's way. And we so rarely do. So I totally get it.
Yeah. And then if I was going to have like a little tiny moment one, which I would put in as an honorable mention, it would probably be Sam knowing the being able to count how long it took them to drive
to get to Lenore or whatever.
Yeah. I love that moment. And then my final one that's an honorable mention is Sam getting the hug in Playthings. Yeah. Because again, it's like a rare thing, especially like particularly in season 1, we got a lot of like Dean gets the hugs, Dean gets a kiss from the girl at the end kind of stuff, and it's like it was nice to have a little one where
they just like ruffle Sam's little hair, but like
and again it was another one where Sam kind of like incontrovertibly was the one who saved the day because he got to save the kid. So
good ones. Oh, what are some of your honorable mentions?
One of my honorable mentions is Croatoan. When Sam has his little breakdown telling Dean to leave, and he's so upset that he won't. And he's like crying, thinking he's going to turn into a monster and try to kill his own brother. And either he's going to succeed or Dean is going to have to kill him himself. And either way is not acceptable to him. And yet Dean still won't leave him. And I just love his... Okay, what I was about to say sounds really weird, but I'm going to say it anyway. I love his desperation in that moment.
Yeah, it's like this urgency.
Yeah, to like... try to keep his brother safe from both things, from either being killed or having to live with the guilt of having killed his own brother.
Yeah, it's beautifully acted as well. Like,
yes, yeah. Oh, and then my other one was, I'm sorry, I forgot.
We all got startled. We were like,
Houses of the Holy, when Sam is talking about like his faith and being so convinced, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful moment. It's like beautifully shot, and also like just like a heart-wrenching thing knowing what's coming. So those are my honorable mentions.
Elle likes to bring us down so that Christy can maybe bring us up. What are your honorable mentions, Christy?
Mood maker, let's go.
Perfect timing. Mine is the questioning scene in The Usual Suspects.
Yes.
Because we get Sam getting to actually like show off his lawyery skills. That's not a word, but
He was lawyering.
And
Lawyering hard.
be sassy as shit.
I love that. That is so good.
So good. It's
That's
so
another one
good.
where I think you could easily just put that whole episode as like
Yeah.
a top moment.
Yeah. And then my last one, I always feel bad that I don't rank this episode higher because I know that you guys have like an attachment to Hart, but like his whole dedication to trying to save her
Yeah.
is just so, again, that whole theme of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's so good. But only an honorable mention, I guess.
Yeah. It's heart-wrenching, but yeah.
Yes.
All right, let me see what Jess's honorable mentions would be. So she has top 5. I'm doing her top 3. So here are her other moments. So an honorable mention, I would assume for Jess is episode 2, where Sam kind of admits that he feels guilty about his father dying, and he admits that he's not doing okay. Like it's a moment where like he's just being really honest and vulnerable. He's like, I miss dad. I feel guilty. I'm not okay. And it's that same moment where he's like, but you're not okay either. Like I was wrong, but like you were wrong too. And I really like that moment. That's a good honorable mention. It's a good moment. I think it's just
It's a really good
important.
moment.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
important for when the boys are really honest with each other. And Dean is just like absolutely not in that space yet because he's grieving so hard. And I think it's really nice to see Sam. I would assume Jess is picking this because he's always very much like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine later. Here he's being really honest about that he's not okay. And I like that one too. And then Jess's other moment. Yeah, so that's when Dean is saying they're all the same. And Sam's like, I really don't think they are this time. Like, I know what I saw, and they kidnapped me to show me the truth and that they are not hurting people. And so he's kind of begging Dean to believe him, to like, we should not hurt these beings because they're actually not actually harmful. Okay, so my honorable mentions are at the end of Hunted, I guess, where he outsmarts everybody. He does the anonymous tip or whatever. I kind of like that. I think it's aged poorly for me.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of, I do like to see a hunt that Sam gets to execute and plan and do things his own way. He doesn't kill Gordon. He doesn't even really try to beat him up. Like he's just like, stop. And so once he knocks him out, he has a plan in place. And I think it's just fun, like I was saying before, to see him get to
Mhm.
hunt on his own terms, like do the job in the way that he would do it. And then of course another one of my honorable mentions is squishy, squirmy, like awkward Sam in Heart, where he's holding
Yes.
thongs like
Oh!
a psycho
Yeah.
in front of him, and he's just like afraid. So those are my honorable.
I fight werewolves, but I'm afraid of thongs.
Well, because can't you imagine?
I know. It
he's
is
like-
psychotic.
He's like, I feel like she's doing this on purpose, and he's like, I must extricate myself from this moment, and he goes to the couch, which was our plan all along.
That was her plan.
Yeah.
So funny.
All right. Any comments about everybody's
Oh,
honorable
I have
mentions?
I have a comment about Hart, Christie's honorable mention that I can't believe we have not talked about yet because it's such an important episode for understanding Sam's empathy with monsters
Mhm.
that we have
Mhm.
completely glossed over the body of the
Yaddy yaddy
thing.
yaddy.
We have completely just not even mentioned the
The We've
fun
mentioned the
night.
body.
I mean, but not like in this episode talking about Hart. Is this the episode where we see the most skin on him like ever
Yeah.
so far?
Yeah. And the shot that always like lingers for me, and this sounds creepy, but literally it's the shoulder. There's a shot that's like the shoulder is like the focal point of the shot because of the positions that they are doing. And that one's the one that always kills me because
in
of,
my
like,
head,
his
that's
brain and like
the
he's holding himself up, but he's holding her, and the shoulder is just like right there.
Yeah.
You got it?
Mhm.
Mine is his face.
Describe it more.
When
I almost spit my coffee.
When Madison bites his ear.
She was biting. He was biting. There were you could see teeth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I made a point. I made a point of that in the episode. The fact that she bites and he enjoys the biting is very important. People
They
overlook
go
it.
feral for each other.
Yeah.
That is a highlight of the season. I think.
Fair.
For many
Fair.
people, not just me.
I love every time we have conversations about like Sam and sex because it's always so funny because we've got so many aces on this podcast and we're always talking about it in a way that's like I can't describe it. It's like the most ace way to talk about sex. If you, like, we're like,
look how attractive the curve of that shoulder is.
Yeah.
The framing of the scene.
He has a good shoulder.
He does. He has a really, really aesthetic shoulder.
We should have done a countdown of like the awkward ways we try not to make Jared uncomfortable in case he listens. I really love when Vic was talking about like the curvature of his ass, but wouldn't say that. Was just like his back. There's it's geometry, and it's like, no, you like his ass. You're talking about his ass.
His bum is aesthetic, and that's okay. I'm sure he did it on purpose. Like he works out.
In fairness, it is actually more about that little curve on his spine that he has than the actual ass.
Mhm.
But
And why is there a curve? Why is there a
curve? There
I
because
think it's actually because he has slightly unbalanced amount of muscle on his shoulders versus his lower back.
It's a body yaddy yaddy.
I suspect it's probably actually not very good for you, but it looks good.
Well, you're supposed to have a little a small of your back curve. You're supposed to have
That's
one.
sure
This is quite extreme though.
Yeah. That is put there intentionally by
Anyway, I only
God so we
brought
can appreciate the curve.
I'm getting so defensive about this. I only brought up
Same.
geometry because I compared it to that Ackles ass equation post that always goes round. And I said, I don't understand why the Ackles like ass curve equation exists when that man has a pancake for an ass.
You said it last time we were on, and you said you called him
Exactly.
a pancake ass, and I was like, damn.
He is.
She wants the Ackles army to come for her. You know
She
they're
is-
listening.
Yes, come to
Hate,
me. I
hate
don't care.
listening.
They're definitely listening to this podcast where we never say anything about Dean unless we're complaining. Just kidding. We love him. We want better. All right. Are you guys ready to
We
do...
expect better of him.
Yeah, because we
do.
love him and we respect him. There are those people who are like, but he's just brain dead and he's so stupid. He doesn't know the right thing to do. And I'm like, do you hate your favorite character? What are you talking about? Like, I've never
I do.
understood people who make excuses for their favorite character as if they're like the dumbest dipshit that ever walked the earth. And that's
Mhm.
what a lot of people will do to like try to make Dean like not responsible for
Yeah.
any of the bad things he does. Anyways,
Dumb or super
or
weak.
it's all the writer's
or...
fault.
y'all,
The
that
writer's
is
fault.
that is a chatty episode. We need to add that to the
Yes.
wheel.
Oh,
Let's do that.
yes.
But for
It's on the
now,
wheel. It's on the
time.
wheel, don't worry.
Great. It's time for season 2 favorite moments. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, Vic, what's your favorite moment of season 2?
So I think that Elle slightly stole my thunder with this because I think she did actually kind of mention it as a. It's okay, don't make that face, Elle. I'm only teasing you. as an honourable mention, but mine is I wanted to believe. So it is the theme of.
I love
Yeah.
that one.
I mean
Sad.
that is the name of like my Sam and Faith tag,
Mhm.
and I've talked a lot about how like Sam's particular relationship to Faith, like I talked a lot about it in House of the Holy, is like interesting and personal to me because it's like a really shit relationship to Faith, but in a slightly different way to like
Right.
yeah, to the way a lot of people have, I think. So it's like religious trauma, but religious trauma you've kind of given to yourself. But it comes from. But it
Vic,
comes
are you
from,
saying you are God?
But it comes from this place of like it having experienced alienation
Yeah.
and feeling different
Abandoned.
and
Yeah.
isolated and
Mhm.
unsure. And I love that moment because it's raw and it's open and it's like so vulnerable. And like him saying about the fact that there's so much evil in the world, he feels like he could drown in it. Like
Oh
that
no.
moment literally makes my heart want to stop. Like it's so, and then the timing of that he says this, and then the very next episode is born under a bad sign.
No.
Like like within this. I'm sorry, I'm killing everyone again. But yeah, like within
Ella's
That's my
fault.
job, god damn it.
She fell out of
timing of it.
frame.
Yeah, the timing of it within the season, and like the implication that Sam has probably felt this way since he was a kid. When
Yeah.
it comes in with the, with stuff he said earlier in the episode of, I do pray every day, I have for a long time, and it means a lot. And
Yeah.
I think, and it's another scene that I think just encompasses a lot of the season to me in general, and
Yeah.
a lot of Sam in general. So
Elle looks
Yeah.
so sad.
I'm so sorry.
I have to school my expressions a little bit better.
But
I
yeah,
have no
that's not
poker
gonna
face.
happen. No, you don't. Nor do I. So I get it. That's
Okay,
such
are
a
you
good
gonna cheer us
one.
up?
I
You
don't
gonna cheer
think
us up,
that
Elle?
Elle's gonna drag us down further. Her face is so sad.
Oh no.
Well, so I decided that even if my number one got picked and I had spares, I would still stick with my number one
Mm-hmm.
and not like
Yeah.
go to a different one on the list. So my number one is Bloodlust.
Mm.
Specifically, well, I don't know if I can choose between the two.
Just say them both. It's fine.
It's kind of like the moment, if I can do a thematic kind of thing
Sure.
and combine these things, it's the conversation that he's having in the bar with Dean and Gordon, where he's perturbed how easily Gordon just kills people and how easily Dean is just going along with it because he sees how Dean is kind of like, I don't know, himself but more, and it's kind of scaring him, versus the conversation he has with Lenore, who is an actual, as far as he knows, an actual monster, and yet trying to give her, like, trying to understand and ending up giving her the benefit of the doubt because she's able to, like, prove her real intentions. Just that those two moments in conversation with each other, I think,
Mm-hmm.
is my number one.
I love that. Christy?
I didn't bring
So-
everyone down.
Yay,
No.
Christy, you have an easier. You could be sad. You can make us sad if you want
You
to.
can, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, let's-
We've kind of already mentioned mine a few times, but Sam's kindness
Mm.
and his overall Samness in All Hell Breaks Loose Part 1.
Mm.
Like, it's such a good Sam episode because he gets dropped in the middle of nowhere with people that he doesn't really know,
Mm-hmm.
and he takes it upon himself to kind of keep them safe. Like the yellow-eyed demon gives him a way to survive if he just screws everyone else over, and he won't have it. Like he is so intent on keeping these people safe.
Yeah.
And even when he gets betrayed by Ava,
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Yeah.
he still wants to like try and work with Jake. Like he still has this hope that he can keep them all alive and they can all work together because they're all in the same boat. Like he just has so much hope and faith in other people.
Yes.
And we all know the episode ends really happily. Everyone,
Yep.
goes
Yeah.
their own separate
Yep.
ways, happy. It's great.
Everyone's alive at the
Yeah.
end.
That's how the whole series ends in season 2. that way.
Yes.
Yeah, straight there.
He's rewarded for his faith. It's all good. But it's so indicative of him as a character. Like here's how
Yes.
he could survive, but he won't take that out
No.
if it means screwing anyone else over, including people he literally does not know.
Yeah. He just met them. Totally.
Mhm.
I love those. So Jess's number one is similar to Christie's. It's when um he knocks Jake out instead of killing him.
Mm.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna go on and talk about mine because mine is the same. And so it's like me and Jess and
Yes.
Christy all have the same favorite number one because and that whole episode, and that's why it's ranked number one, is because it's the culmination of everything we've talked about that we love about Sam coming together in one episode. He is the leader of the special children. He does so with compassion. He does so with understanding. I love the dynamic between him and Jake because he doesn't bow up to Jake's like doubt. He doesn't get an ego. He doesn't say, "Hey man, like shut the fuck up. I'm in charge here because I know what's going on. You have no idea." Like he understands why Jake probably feels that way. He's like, "You just met me. I just met you. I need to earn your trust." And instead of, you know, having that kind of toxic masculinity of like demanding respect, he sits with Jake. He talks with Jake. He connects with Jake. And so Jake does end up kind of being like, it seems like Sam knows what's up. And I think they're similar characters in certain ways, and they're the different sides of the same coin. What would two soldiers do given the choice to survive and screw over everyone who's in the same situation? Or would they choose to risk their lives to help everyone? And obviously, we
Mhm.
know which Sam and Jake are. And at the end of that episode, and I think that's why I really love the Jake character so much. It's an interesting take because Jake is not evil. He's not doing something
Yes.
out of malice.
Mm.
He's doing it out of survival. And I think what that also speaks to is Sam's constant, like, not need to run towards death, but his a constant choice of my life is not the priority here always. And it's the first time we as the audience and Dean see the consequences of that because it does get him killed. Sorry, everyone.
Spoilers.
It
Spoilers.
actually doesn't end right there and happily. He actually does not get rewarded for that choice. But I think that makes the choice like more powerful. And I think that's maybe
Mhm.
why it resonates with us because we see he is willing to the end to try to
And
save a life instead of
if
killing
I
Jake.
can if I
Well,
can add on to that,
please,
this
yeah.
this doesn't even change his perspective on that.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
literally gets him killed, but
Mhm.
as we go on into season 3 and beyond, he's
He's
still
still.
that person.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. And I think, okay, this is me again being Astro girly, but like he's a Taurus. He's so stubborn. And I feel like that worldview, it really has to be ripped from his hands. And it never is. Like he is beat down. He is crushed. He is traumatized. He's tortured. And he's still that man in the later episodes on my coffee mug who
Hmm.
wants to save the souls. He wants to
If
believe in the
even at
good.
the end when Sam can no longer advocate for himself
Mhm.
in a lot of ways against Dean because he's kind of crushed himself into fitting into the mold the Dean wants him to be in,
Yeah.
he still at least attempts to advocate for Jack and for like other people in their lives,
Yeah.
you know?
Because at that point, he
Like
doesn't care
he still
even,
reaches out.
yeah, about himself. But he's like, but other
Mm,
people deserve their boundaries
Hmm.
to
yeah,
be recognized and for them to have a good
exactly.
life and have a chance and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I just feel like that episode is so indicative of everything we've discussed. I think that's why it was like
Yeah.
three of us top one. Do y'all
What
want
Yeah.
to
what I
talk?
want
Let's crisscross and talk about
Well, what I wanted to say was that I think what's really striking is how many, if you think about it in the kind of overall of our top moments across the top three plus the honorable mentions are to do with Sam's empathy.
it. Mm-hmm.
And it's so demonstrative of how much that is a core like characteristic of Sam. And I just want to really hammer home that point because so many people want to paint Sam as being somebody who isn't authentically empathetic. and it genuinely
weird.
upsets me. It upsets me deeply.
It's just there's no textual evidence of that being even true.
Mhm.
Like, what are they
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's on the rage wheel, so I won't get into it too much.
Okay,
but,
fair.
but yeah,
Part of it can
It's-
be used
yeah.
kind of like lubify
Mm.
Dean, right?
Mm.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
If we make Sam less empathetic or less genuine with
Yeah.
it, then look at Dean.
But also,
Yeah, you're right.
The thing is, I will always come back to this: is that like thought crimes are not real, right? It does not matter. It does not matter whether or not Sam genuinely feels empathy, right? I mean, that it's nonsense. He does, okay?
Yeah.
But if you enact empathy to other people, that is what matters because
Yeah.
you are still taking the time. It does not. This genuinely pisses me
Yeah.
off.
I
It's
think that, like,
what matters is your actions.
Yeah.
What you actually are enacting in the world. You are taking the time to enact empathy. Therefore, you are doing empathy.
Vic,
Like,
Yeah. I
would
think
you say it
they're
doesn't matter what you are, it matters what you do?
exactly.
Would you say that?
did we have anything else to say about each other's? No, because I mean, I already talked about Christie's, and Christy already
Yeah.
talked about mine, and we already talked about Jess's.
And we
So,
already talked about mine.
yeah,
Like, Christy stole mine
right out of the gate.
right out of
You're
the gate.
welcome.
Thank you.
That's
fine,
what's
because
hard
I
about
stole-
these is
because I
we all have
stole
the
yours,
same,
too.
like we all have similar opinions.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's tough.
guys, we have rated the season. Let me show you what the rating is for this one. The big drum roll. So season 2, there are some really low ones. Oh, do you guys want to guess the lowest ones? Let me see if I can find them. Yeah.
Bugs.
Born under a bad sign was low.
Born under a bad sign.
Was low because of like physical lack of Sam.
He literally
And
wasn't
also that
there.
Audrey
Yeah.
didn't like it.
No,
Oh,
I rated
I
it
didn't like
really low, too.
it. Yeah. So our lowest 3, can you guess them?
Born
So I
under a
think
bad
Gotta
sign.
pull up the
Sign's
episode
gotta be
list
one of them.
again.
Born Under a Bad Sign is the lowest. And then there's 2 others that have the exact same score.
What is in that one? The one with the
What?
gin. Because the gin.
Oh, the gin. What
Because
is
Sam
and
is
what
also
should never
technically
be?
not there.
What is and what
Yeah,
should never
because
be?
Sam
Yes.
is technically also not there. I would
Yeah,
guess that
it's
might be.
so
I
yes.
wasn't on that episode.
That's
but
tied for
Maybe Everybody Loves a Clown. I don't even.
where did it go?
Crossroad Blues, because that's a very Dean episode.
Weirdly,
even though it's a
Everybody
great
Loves
episode.
a Clown has a 4-point rating because I guess we were just early and like, well, we're glad to be back. But
I literally don't remember that. Maybe I wasn't on that episode.
I'm
You
looking
were.
at it. You absolutely were.
Shit.
It's the first one though. We did it like last September. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you the rated one was Born Under a Bad Sign. It was 2.5. And then the 2 that were second, like worse, so they were just slightly higher, have a 2.63 each. And
was
so
it the movie one?
no,
The film?
no. So it's What Is and What Should Never Be. You're thinking of Hollywood Babylon. That was a 3.3. So what should and what is and what should never be is a 2.63, and No Exit is a 2.63.
Oh, of course it was No Exit. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Yeah, nobody even
complete-
remembers it.
I didn't remember it. Yeah.
No, I didn't either.
I think-
I forgot it was in
I
this
think
season.
what is and what should never be. I think we even talked about this. Is such a complicated one because it's a good episode.
It's fabulous. Yeah.
It's just not a Sam
Mm-mm.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's an
exactly how I
episode
felt
that
about
hi-
Boab. So
Yeah. It's an episode that highlights everything Dean wants Sam or sees Sam to be rather than
Yes.
how Sam really is. And I actually wanted to say this as honorable mention, but it still didn't really fit.
Mhm.
Born Under a Bad Sign is one of my favorite episodes, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have Sam in it.
Yeah. I don't
So-
enjoy it, but y'all know why.
Audrey doesn't like
we
it, but
just-
I really
it's
like
fine.
it, but it doesn't have Sam in
Yeah.
it. It doesn't fit in this
mention.
list.
Honorable mention for like Jared acting awards.
Yes,
Born
yes.
This
Under the
was-
Bad
yeah.
Sign.
If this was a
That's
Jared podcast where we were talking about his acting instead of the character Sam, it would be higher.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For
it would
sure.
be much
yeah.
higher. Yeah.
So overall, average score for season 2 was a 4.05. So like really, really high we love this season. We love it.
Yes.
It has the most, I mean, obviously we've only done 2 seasons, but it has the most like 5-star ratings so far. So I'm interested to see when we get into season 3 how things go, because things are changing swiftly. But y'all, that's it. That's the end of season 2. So that's
Woohoo.
for us. I'm so thankful to you guys for being on my podcast with me and like making this like a family like project. I love y'all so much.
Audrey, thank you for putting in so much work.
Yes, thank
It is
you for
so
putting this
rewarding.
together.
It's so rewarding. And this is a long time coming. We've been friends for so
Yes.
long, and all we ever want to do is yap about Sam. And so now we get to do it. And people are listening. Those of you listening, we love you guys so much. We can't explain how much it means to us that y'all want to hear us yap about Sam. The community is so sweet, and everyone on Patreon, thank you guys for supporting us. And we will be back for season 3. I'm already planning when I'm gonna have time to record, and like news for that will come eventually. But just stay tuned. And in the meantime, we'll see you next season.
Bye.
Bye.
Kisses.